What is going on to you, Virgos? You have the moon, the solutions, and then you, Virgos, also have the three of Michael. So these three cards right here for you, Virgos, right? These three cards. The moon, the solutions, and the three of Michael speaks to how you, Virgos, actually, Virgo is my easiest zodiac sign to read because I am a Virgo. So a lot of the times, I usually have to take a second, but for whatever reason, I just, because I'm just going from the hip at that point. But the moon, the solutions, and the three of Michael. Let me see. Okay, so there's a sense of you Virgos basically connecting with a lot deeper your spiritual side, your heart. Um, a lot of you Virgos are learning how to be much more soulfully in tune, right? A lot of you Virgos are learning how to love again. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's a doozy, isn't it? It's a doozy. People try to eat our personality, devour our personality. And, us as Virgos, we got to go through sadomasochism and people trying to covet us, take control of us a lot. And us Virgos, we end up having to come back from that a lot of times. And here we are doing it again, you know. And the thing is that uh, we just glad that we're in position to legitimately still be who we are enough to retain who we actually are. Because that's part of why it is that us as Virgos, we don't date people for long periods of time. It's because we're over here regaining our joy and regaining our own identity from people who want to be dysfunctional, right? Who want to devour our identity and treat us like trash and all that, and to make us completely void of or devoid of or void of who we are, devoid of our or devoid, excuse me, void of our own personality. And so the Eight of Gabriel and the Six of Michael right here speaks to how we know who we are. The Eight of Gabriel speaks to us finding our own way. The Six of Michael speaks to, um, you know, uh, people wanting to come on in and trying to get a hold of us. Like I said before, just trying to, but we not really, you know what I mean? Like we not really into that, really, as far as like putting such an emphasis on being in a relationship. I see a lot of us Virgos very much so, you know, being open to whatever. I think it's a cop and blow situation where our hand is open in the sense that if we're going to be single, then we'll be single. If we're going to be in a relationship, okay, cool. But this person needs to be healed in order to do that. They can't just be in a relationship where this person is treating us like trash. And see, even myself, it's the same thing with me too. A lot of the times people, even my own family asks me this, like, why is it that I want to travel overseas so much? And truth be told, it has way more to do than just with like that. It has everything to do with it. The fact that like it is, I said before, like just, and it has something to do with this reading. The point is that it has everything to do with the fact that is just taking a break, you know? Because I'm going to be real with you. Like, I'm going to be real with you. I would like to have a good relationship. I'm not even going to lie. If I'm being if I'm, being see-through or stuff like this, I would like to have them. A lot of, the relationships that I've had in the States been real difficult because, truth be told, and I hope none of them are watching this, but if they are, it is what it is. They not ready. A lot of people who live in this, and I'm not bashing, I'm just saying they're not ready. Because when you ready to open up your heart, you trying to get to know people, you want to be in relationships with them, you want to treat them well, they doing everything they can to box you. All this fighting, fist fighting and all that, right? They boxing you. They giving you all these issues, right? All these issues, all these problems and all that other type of stuff, right? And I'm tired of boxing as far as a person whom I want to get to know, and then whom I want to get to know, and they're being difficult and stuff like this. A lot of the people are hardened, and their hardenedness is soft because it shows that they couldn't bounce back from what us Virgos bounce back from on a regular. You know what I mean? And that's another thing too. I'm not knocking people and making fun of it whatsoever. That's not what I'm doing. But what I'm doing is I'm showing that there's a distinction between what us Virgos can do and what other people can do. How many times have us Virgos gone through the blender, so to speak, right? The gauntlet, where people have tried to take away from us our identity and who we are and what we want and our joy. And we've regained all of that back time and time again. And it's like people are not really ready for that. You get spiritually, you get up to here, you get beyond the level of the abyss where now you the divine masculine, you the divine feminine. You trying to actually date. You know what love is. You're trying to open up your heart and your mind, right? And you getting to know people, and everybody is broken. Honestly, I mean, if I'm being transparent, they broken. So it's like for you Virgos, it's the same thing. It's like you are recovering still your joy, your energy, right? Your happiness, not even your happiness, your joy, your energy, right? Getting strength again. The King of Gabriel and the Nine of Gabriel here speaks to how you see that a lot of people around you are broken though. They're unable to pick themselves back up ever. And the things that the King of Gabriel and the Nine of Gabriel speaks to how okay, just check. Let me see. Interesting. Yeah, you Virgos are open. You Virgos, what I'm seeing throughout this reading is that you Virgos are open. You're not necessarily saying exactly what it is that you want. You Virgos are doing your Virgo thing. You're being mutable. You Virgos are staying open. And what I mean by that is you Virgos are beginning to approach people. Some of you may also get approached as well as approaching people. But at the same time, you Virgos have your hand open in the sense that your hand is open to give and to receive, meaning that it's the same concept as cop and blow. You're not tightening your hand and making a fist. It's more so about you Virgos are essentially keeping your hands open for whomever may stay. And that's the beauty of it. Everybody has to choose to be with you. Far too often, even in my own life, It happened recently, far too often, even in my own life. You know, um, I would have been in a relationship with people if they so much has asked or said that this is what it is that they wanted. If they boldly stated that this is what they wanted, I would have gave them the relationship. But I wanted to know what they wanted as well, to see if we both want the same thing, because I can't force any obviously I can't force anybody to be in a relationship with me. Obviously, that should go without saying at this point. So I just see that you Virgos just have your hand open. What comes, what comes and goes, respect you Virgos respecting it. Because the Nine of Gabriel, look at this land. Look at how fertile this land is. But this is a person who's a farmer. That's what this Nine of Gabriel represents. You Virgos being farmers, and farming is the sign of Virgos, because Virgos is represented in some glyphs as what? The wheat with the chaff, right? Farming, plant life, sustenance, growing from the ground, right? Seeing what blossoms, what stems up, what blossoms can literally sustain billions of people, right? And it's the same thing when hospitality. It's the same thing to what Virgos represent. Allowing people to come and go. If they go, respecting it. But you may not be compatible with them. But then at the same time, keeping your hands open and waiting to see who will stay, who will actually choose to be there, who will say, okay, I want to be here. The Sun card, the King of Michael, the Sun card is about, again, the Sun card is you, Virgos, and that's the ingenuity, right? Then you have change your life, allowing, yes, approaching, like I said before, getting to know other people, but seeing who comes to you. And then even in that, as you get to know people, seeing who's willing to stay. Because if you ask me, you Virgos are beginning to understand more and more and more and more and more. You Virgos are beginning to understand what it is that I came into the realization of in 2016. You know, I said this before and I'll say it again. Dating this person, I'm not gonna say who, not gonna say which zodiac sign, because I don't want people to start thinking that they're harsh. Dating this zodiac sign, 2016. This person said that we was gonna spend the whole weekend together, right? It was only for like 2-3 days. Didn't end up working out because the person switched up on me. Ever since then, you know what I mean? Ever since that day, it was disrespect after that. Now I remember I went ahead and bought this gift for the person. Now as it is, now I'm sitting there, right? Because the person called me and everything. I'm trying to figure out what happened. Heartbroken, right? As this person basically, I had asked this person, well, what exactly to do with this gift? Oh, put the gift up underneath your bed. Okay. So after I got off the phone with the person, I'm sitting there heartbroken. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, and that's when it is, like I said this before, that's when it is that I had my realization. Why am I holding on to an individual who is an idiot? If I'm being transparent, to insult that person, but I just got to tell the truth to shame the devil, is an idiot. You running away from a person who cares to play the game, to win what prize? So now you out here, you hanging out with whom? You kicking it. You getting bounced around from pillow to post. You cool with that. But then at the same time, you'll go to everybody complaining. oh, my relationships don't work out. It's from that point, my dear Virgos, I understood I'm not supposed to be holding on to individuals, because I looked at it and I learned, and I was able to look at it like I'm sitting here with a person who begged me at first to be in a relationship with them, begged me at first, literally begged me, called me every day, begged me, what's going on? Now all of a sudden, this person is being super disrespectful and everything else and all this other type of stuff. Now when I gave them a relationship, tried to give them one, now they started to move the goalposts. You gotta be dumb. You could say whatever you want. You dumb. Because what is the point of doing all of that? You're not going, and then at the same time offer me all your money. You so confused as to what it is that you doing. You so all over the place. You so confused as to what's happening right now. You gonna go ahead and do all that to break me down, then to offer me all your money? So again, my dear Virgos, I'm saying all that to say that you Virgos get the realization of it. You have come into your own realization yourself. You have actually walked through the door into that level of understanding that this is what the Sun card represents, ironically. And the King of Michael, upon the pain, upon the discomfort, you realize, what are you doing trying to hold on to this? This is what I was referring to about holding on, and why holding on is a useless endeavor. It's a useless thing, because you're trying to trap. You end up trying to do the right thing. You don't understand that the things get twisted because you end up trapping a person who wants desperately to get away from you. Even if they're dysfunctional, they are fighting and doing everything they can to get away from you. Let them get away from you. Let them walk away. Accept it. Don't trap them in the corner. Let them walk out of the corner. Go. You're free to go. You're free to go, because what is that going to cause? You Virgos trying to know, but I love you and I care about you and I cherish you and stuff like that. Don't matter. Because you know why? The more you'll do that, is the more the person will resent you. They will fight against you harder. They will try to make it so that they will break you even more, because I'm in a messed up relationship where the person won't let me go. This is the delusion of grandeur that the person will tell themselves. And they will know good and well that you Virgos aren't like that, because they wanted you so badly at first. Now all of a sudden, look at how it is that they done switched and changed. So now it's okay. What happens when you Virgos step back? And you are learning to step back. Now this is the reason why, my Virgos, I have such a surfer mentality. This is why I talk about the concept of surfing. When you're on that body of water, it's not solid ground. You have to find your balance in every single moment when you're surfing. You have to figure out new pathways. You have to think differently. It's unique onto itself. It's like skateboarding, but it's different than skateboarding even onto itself in that sense. You are on a body of water that is making waves, and you have to learn creative ways on how to not only balance, but to surf through it as you're gliding through the water. And you have to realize what? To surrender, to stop trying to beat the ocean. It takes two. Yeah, you Virgos want to be in relationships, but they have to want you. They have to want to be in relationships as well. If they cannot choose from their own choice that they're going to be decent people, upright people, they're going to actually maintain this relationship with you, there is nothing that you Virgos can do. There's no amount of trying to wiggle or use your common sense that you were blessed with, because Virgos were blessed with above average common sense and intelligence. There's no amount of intelligence. You can't intelligence your way out of it. Then what are you going to do? Then you have to use a different type of intelligence. You got to let it go. You have to know that everything will be all right. You have to allow the person to want to come back to you. This is what I mean when I say keeping your hands open. I'm not forcing anybody to be with me. If you don't want to hang out with me, don't do me any favors. It'll make the other person look stupid trying to hang out with me, and they don't want to hang out with me. It makes them look real stupid because ain't nobody hold you here, ain't nobody handcuffed you here. I didn't handcuff you here. I didn't tell you anything where I'm trying to force you to be anywhere where you don't want to be. If you don't want to be here, don't be here. Everybody will be here on their own fruition. Let me shuffle up these cards and clarify some of these cards. But everybody will be here on their own choice. And everybody has to. And see, that's another thing, too, that I don't like about modern day relationships. People try to make it seem like you using wizardry and trickery in order to like get people to be in relationships, like on some zombie stuff. I'm not using nary trickery. That's what people will use as an excuse because they don't want to take responsibility for, oh, I want to be in a relationship with you type stuff. Nah, to be with me, you're gonna have to admit to yourself, I like Kareem. I want to be with dude. Not this nonsense where I really want you, but I'm gonna throw the responsibility back on you and claim that you doing voodoo or something on me. Nah, nope. Nope. You're gonna have to admit, I want to be here. This is the place where I want to be. But see, this is what it is I'm saying about you Virgos. In order for people to accept that it's too much. Let's clarify to change your life. It's too much. And the reason why it's too much, my dear Virgos, is because it's too much responsibility. They would have to accept responsibility. That means that they would have to accept the fact that they are responsible. And most people, they not finna do that because they not on that level yet to accept that. They would have to take personal existential responsibility. Two of Pentacles, Scorpio energy, Tower card, which is Scorpio energy again, the Knight of Cups, and then you Virgos also have the Two of Wands. So again, to clarify the change of life, so these three cards right here represents how, and since that represents how, and see, that's the thing that us as Virgos are learning. Took us a minute, but we're learning it. And the Two of Wands represents, so we should have a very interesting love life, because a lot of people just kind of not really being ready for the kind of intensity that us as Virgos got going on anymore. I think, if you ask me, I know, I ain't gonna say think, I know that a lot of people are really intimidated because they have to take personal responsibility. And the thing is that a lot of people, to be quite frank, and I don't want this to hurt or to sound disrespectful, but a lot of people really want to have an excuse to be with us. And the thing is that now we're applying pressure because now we're learning how to keep our hand open. People will have to take personal responsibility and to embrace the fact that, yeah, they want to be with us. So if they have any kind of falter, they not going to be able to do it. They're not going to be able to go, which proves that they're not really ready for this thing, and they'll know it, and you'll know it at that point. So you'll end up embarrassing them by not doing anything, just being bold. But that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We're at 19,000 and change. Smash the subscribe button, like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. And I want you Virgos to come through. The link to that is in the comment section below, called the Linktree link. Come through and get a personal reading.